All right, boys, I'm going to be dropping a free OTE course slash sauce drop. I don't know what you guys want to call this, but I'm going to be educating you guys on how to use OTE and how to apply it on the regular basis. I will show you guys live examples as well, and I will show you guys some forward tests just so you guys can identify how to apply OTE to your own trading. Now, this is going to be fully in depth, so I recommend you guys opening up a notebook, piece of paper, grab a pen, whatever you want to do, and let's get straight into this. So, first thing you need to identify when doing OTE and even just, I guess, applying OTE, there is a couple things, right? What is OTE, right? OTE is also known as optimal entry, and it is a point where that you can enter off the market at very, I guess, cheap prices, right? So you can either call it the premium or the discount, right? So there's two things. Premium, right? Premium is anything above 0.5, and then discount is anything below, right? 0.5. So this is two things. Optimal entry, premium, anything above 0.5, discount, anything below 0.5, right? Like the 6, 2, 7, 9 levels. So let's identify the levels, right? There's a couple levels that you guys want to be looking out for, and it is going to be the 0.5, the 6, 2, and the 7, 9, right? And then also the other ones are the -2, -2.5, and then -4. So what are these levels? 0.5, 6, 2, 7, 9, -2, and -2.5, and also -4. The fib settings that I use is this, and we'll try this out right now. This is the fib settings. So as you guys can see here, 0.5, right? 6, 2, 7, 9, and then obviously -1's not that important, -2 and -2.5, and also -4. So this is the fib settings that you guys can copy right here. I recommend you guys using this on anything, especially when you want to chart out your ranges, order blocks, whatever the case might be. So we have the 1, 0, -1, -2, -2.5, and -4. You can also obviously have the 7, 9, 0.5, and the 6, 2. And if you go here, you don't want to use one color, no background, add levels, values, center, middle, and then obviously text. And then you can put the font size a little bit just so it's a little cleaner. Now, let's go straight into it. So now that we have this, right, we have the OTE, let's identify how we can apply this on real-time examples. Let's go to a random day where we can identify this, right? And obviously I recommend applying this into trading. I would say in general, when it comes to your regular trading, apply it with time, right? So time would be the, let's identify, time would be the 9:45 or the 10:45 macro, whatever the case might be. I usually apply this during 9:45 macro as is the most optimal. Now, let's do this. So obviously we just got reset here. Let's go back to the day. Where was it? Cool. This is not the best. Let's go to another example. Let's do this example. So there's two things, right? When you want to apply OTE, you need to identify the levels, right? So we can chart these levels from anywhere, from swing lows, swing highs, right? Swing lows, swing highs. This right here is an optimal example for OTE. Now, again, people or anybody in general is going to try and long in this general range, right? Around that point, the 1 minute to looking for those internal highs, whatever the case might be, right? So they'll look for the rebalance at the 1 minute. They'll take the longs and they'll get stopped out because of pullback. Why? Because this is in premium. Remember what I said, anything above the 0.5 is in premium, right? You do not want to be trading the premium levels or premium areas of OTE. You want to go to the discounted areas or at least wait for 0.5 to get tapped. Now, what is a smarter way to looking about this? The way that I would view this is OTE goes from anywhere, right? So 0.5, when you see a level or anything around that, you can identify OTE. This right here is known as PXH, right? This is a time or a PD ray, also known as PXH, which is called previous time frame highs. So we'll put this PXH here. We have 0.5 aligned with PXH. This is how you get your key levels. Swing low, swing high, you have the fib levels, 0.5 ready, and then you have the PXH level. When that 0.5 aligns with PXH, that's how you know you're in for a beautiful trade. So what else do we have here? We have internal manipulation, which is also called a turtle soup. So we have turtle soup, we have PXH tap, and 0.5 tap. The way that I would even trade this in general is I would wait for that reaction off that 0.5. Most of the times, if I'm super confident setup, I will take the limit at the 0.5, which would give you literally no draw on entry, and your stop loss could be set at the 6.2 or whatever the case might be, right? So if you want to have a protected stop loss, 6.2 is protected. If you want to go a little deeper, have a 44-point stop loss right below 6.2, that's fine, right? gauge on your trade, gauge how much you want to risk. So 0.5 tapped right here. Now what's a valid entry to take is a more confident entry is waiting for that candle close. Once you get that candle close right over here around that 0.5 and we see that displacement, targeting those internal highs are going to be the most valid, right? Internal manipulation, PXH with that 0.5 align, and then you also get internal manipulation with displacement. So you can take the entry off the literal candle close right here, whatever the case might be, or the displacement in it. And then as well, if you want to have a stronger entry, what do we see here? We have an IFEG, right? An PD rate and disrespect. This 1 minute got disrespected here. We ran through it, and then we also retapped it and then continue to go higher. So that's how you have a protected setup for longs. There's multiple ways you guys can go about this. I will show you guys multiple examples. Let's go on to another day, right? And this OTE rebalance entries happen all the time, right? This is not something that's, you get one time in a day. They'll always happen, even in random sessions, even in random timings, right? Let's go here. This is a random session. This is lunchtime, 1:23. This is before the PM macro. Swing high, swing low. What do we identify? Okay. What do we have here? We have a 1 minute gap paired with 6-2, and we have that 7-9 up there as well. Now, use this when you want to switch your narrative or whenever you want to look for a rebalance level for shorts. Again, tapping here that 1 minute or even just doing anything in this sense, shorting off this random PD raise is not going to be optimal for you. You want to see the reaction off these levels. So 7-9 got tapped here. Okay, now we see the reaction. Now we might see a little micro characteristic here, whether if it's an SMT at the highs or a little micro SMT here. You need to identify the characteristics around these levels. Once that 7-9 got tapped right here and that 1 minute pretty much is now coming back down, you can take the displacement to go lower, right? And then also, if you missed that entry or you want a better entry, you could do the same thing here. What you could do is we could delete this 7-9 here and we can take this. Swing high, swing low, right? Swing high, swing low. What got tapped consequently? That's 7-9. What's holding around the area? 6-2. 6-2 got that tap. We got a good displacement. We came back up, and then we obviously manipulated again. Manipulated 7-9, took it out, and then came down lower to make that full move, right? Now, that's that. So now that we have that, and we identify that this could be used in literally any case scenario, right? Let's go even more to another day. 9:30. Beautiful. This is, again, so I think this is a trade that I took myself as well. What do we have here? Swing high, right? After this move got ran through, right? We had the range. There's just two setups that could have presented itself. Swing low at 927 all the way up to these swing highs. Cool. What do we have here? 6-2 tapped. We also have 7-9 down here. Now, this isn't the cleanest setup. The way that I would originally put this out is when the move kind of stops happening, right? Now, what I would do here is from this original swing low, swing high, we started pulling back. Now, this right here is where you kind of want to see the move ending to come back down to these levels. Now we rebalanced, tapped into PXH right here. Again, same confluence, and then we displaced higher to move up for another 60, not even 60 points. We moved up for another 80 points, right? So from this swing low all the way up here to this swing highs, moved up around 130 points. Sorry, my math's wrong. Now, if you didn't take these longs off this 6-2 aligned with this 1 minute right here, this is an optimal entry setup for longs, and it was around that perfect timing for what? That macro, 946. So 946 opened up. You want to see the longs around this 6-2. Take it off that PD rate disrespector here, targeting this internal, or even doing what? Another thing, right? You guys are going to be like, oh, Eamon, like, where am I going to target to? If you don't have anywhere to target to and you just want to target base hits, 100 points here would have gone met, right? 120 points would have gone met. You could have taken that 60-point move. You could have taken 80 points, whatever the case might be. You could have taken 50 points if you wanted to for a 1-on-1 off that reaction. But what is the most optimal to look for? Now, we are looking from discount at 6-2. Where are we going to potentially go to? If we don't hit these draws, what's a level that we could TP at if we want to be safe and not have the trade reverse on us? Another thing, swing high, swing low, end of the move. What consequently gets met here? What consequently gets met here? Right? This isn't a joke. We have the inverse of PD Ray. We have 7-9 right over here. We can target these discounted levels. 6-2, we could have targeted it perfectly with that 1 minute, right? Shorts ended up rebalancing. You probably could have gotten scared and then closed early, but we had 6-2 get met. And if you wanted a full TP for 7-9, 7-9 got met as well. And that was the end of the move for the day, right? Stop loss is protected at these lows for 32 points. A full move for a 1-4 RR trader here, right? So again, 1 minute, fair value gap, 6-2 tap, displacement, 7-9 got fully met. Beautiful setup, correct? Now let's identify something. If we have this type of setup, we can look for shorts off of this narrative, right? I don't need to look at the higher time frame or anything because it's not going to matter to me because I'm trading internal to internal. 6-2 met, longs took out 7-9. Where is the next opportunity for shorts? Again, key level here. We had a big 1 minute inversion and also 1 minute gap right here. 7-9 got tapped. Shorts at 7-9 would be optimal, and you would see this going all the way down to internal lows if you want to get met. Now, I recommend you guys to not bottom tick or top tick these levels, again, as they are highly probable. It is true, but they are very risky, especially if you don't pair it with narrative or time. Now, 9:55, end of the move, we ended up making a full continuation for shorts, top ticking for the day, right? Beautiful. So that's that. Cool. Now let's go to another day. You got to identify that these levels are important, and if you don't want to target these draws, if you don't want to target these internal highs, target the levels and you will be safer than sorry, right? Look for internal to internal, 6-2 to 6-2, got met. 7-9 got met. We had the full move for shorts, right? Let's go to another day open, Monday. This happens every single day. I do not make this up. This was Monday. Let's see where was Monday? Okay, this was Monday. Cool. So Monday, market open, right? What time did market open? Let's identify. Market opened at around 9:30. We had the full move up here. Where did this finally start dumping at around the point? Right? So we want to see this. The full point, or at least this high, the swing high, was at 9:26. So we can identify swing high all the way down to swing low where the move stopped, right? Cool. Swing high, swing low. This is the last point where we started reversing. You want to chart that out. What do we have here, right? We have 6-2 getting tapped as well, right? 6-2 with what? An internal high, an internal liquidity, right? So we have this internal manipulation here, this wick high. 6-2 tapped. We manipulated this high. We ended up reversing. Also doing what? Inversing this 1 minute gap right here, right? So we had the inversion gap right there, and we have 6-2 tap. So now we are in discounted price. Discounted price, 1 minute gap, inverse. We see the rebounds. Again, you can limit at the 0. You can take your displacement candle, inverting this gap, whatever the case might be. Stop loss protected at these highs, targeting internal draws of liquidity, which is this internal low. And that would have gone met perfectly to the T. And then again, reversal based sequence setup would have occurred. And not only once did 6-2 respect, but 2 times. And again, another move for shorts, right? This is a very optimal entry point on anything when it comes to swing highs, swing lows. You guys can apply this to your trading. It doesn't matter what model you're trading, what strategy you're trading. This will help you find better entries. Now, I'm going to show you examples where there's times that you could find a A+ setup, but you're in discount or you're in premium of price and it won't play out because you got to wait for price to retrace into discounted areas. Now, again, let's go back. What do these discounted levels mean, right? Buyers and sellers are not interested in continuing the market at these levels here because we are still in premium of price. Once the move ends and we start reversing, we're going to go to these levels to fill liquidity and then finally find the move to continue going lower, right? You could have gotten fooled so many times taking this fake short 1 minute invert, whatever the case might be, right? I don't know what type of strategy you guys trade, but the way that I trade is that I need to watch these levels, right? I need to see price come back to discounted price for me to get that full move. And again, 6-2, 6-2, beautiful moves, right? Now let's identify. Let's see something that, most traders probably could have gotten stuck up on. Again, okay, I don't have to do this anymore. This is beautiful. Another thing, swing low, right? 1036, swing high right here, right? We have this, the move stops moving at this high. We get the rebounds. We identify the swing high. We chart this out. What do we bro? What do we do here, right? We have the levels. We have a 1 minute gap right here. We have 0.5 tapped, and we have 6-2 got edge, right? So we have 0.5, 6-2. We have a wick. This is an easy rebounds candle or rebounds trade to get a continuation to go higher. Not once did 6-2 or 0.5 respect, 2 times. First time we had a move around 120 points here. Okay, 110 points. Another time, 6-2, 90 points. And it just keeps happening over and over again, right? You don't want to be trying to trade these random buys or random dumps here. Wait for the move to finish and then wait for the rebounds into OTE levels to catch the continuation. Again, this is something that I apply into my trading every single day, and it allows me to catch massive RR trades and really good entries with barely any drawdown. Let's keep going. Let's go to another day. I can keep going on and on about this, right? Let's go to, okay. This day wasn't a bad day. This day was pretty solid to catch a continuation. And I caught this trade myself, right? Again, I caught over 8K on this trade, and I will put up the screenshot or the video of me catching this trade right here, right? Live example, just so you guys know I'm not bluffing this. Swing low, swing high, right? Drag this out. Cool. What do we identify here, right? two things. This is multiple key levels here. So it allowed me to have utmost confidence in the setup. 6-2 tapped right here, right? 6-2 tapped right here. And then we also have a key level, which is 10 a.m. open, right? So we have this right here, 10 a.m. open right here. We have that level right there, right? This is the candle 10 a.m. opened. We'll try this out. 10 a.m., right? So we have 10 a.m. open right here, and then we have 6-2 getting tapped. What else do we have here? Swing low, swing high. Oh my God, 7-9, right? Same thing over and over and over again. You cannot make this up. I took my entry market. I didn't limit on this. I took my entry market right around this candle right here, right when we wicked off that 10 a.m. and that 6-2 and that 7-9. And I ran this up all the way up for 200 points, and I peak sold at -2, right? And we have this set up right here. My stop loss on this trade was at this low. Originally with this low, and then we trailed it out to this low right here, right? And I'll put up the video again. I'll replay this myself. We have 6-2. We have the 7-9 getting tapped here as well. We have multiple key levels aligned, right? And this is what allows me to catch literally no drawdown. What are people going to be trying to do here, right? They have that level right here, whatever this 1 minute gap right here. They want to see shorts off of it. They have a bearish understanding, let's say market structure shift here, close, whatever, rebound. No, again, mark these key levels out. Make sure that your bias is according to it. And then you're going to see a full delivery. We have these internal highs for draws of liquidity up here. What got met? These highs with that -2 standard deviation from what? From the 0. And then also we had the full move to -2. So I'll play the video up here right now. You guys can watch the video. I literally had a bottom tick entry on this. I secured around 8K on that day. Bottom ticking it at around that 6-2-7-9 and that 10 a.m. open. I want to see a 7-9 hold here, and I want to see a full TP displacement higher. Beautiful. Oh my God, already cracking higher. All right, this is going to be a little bit of a longer trade for me. I want to see those internal highs potentially get met.
You guys, oh my God. Yo, all right, we're up 8K. Full TP just got hit for 200 points. I'm squeezing this up a little bit more. I'm going to start trailing a little harder here. This is crazy. This is literally crazy.
Let's go to multiple examples, right? I will trade this out. I will go to a random day. Let's go to market open at around 9:30. Let's select replay, start new, and let's drag this out to market open 9:30, right? So let's zoom in. I don't have to watch NQ. I don't have to watch MES. I can just watch NQ. So we'll play this out here. Let market play out. I want to see and identify ranges. Cool. We have this internal low swept. Beautiful. We're moving. We're expanding higher and higher. Higher. Beautiful. I need to see when the market starts reversing. If the market does, we'll look for OT entries. Okay. Market opened up. Macros open. Beautiful. So we have a nasty move for longs, right? I need to identify the sequence right now. What are we at? Cool. We have swing low from 931 all the way up to this swing high right here, right? We can mark out this one as well if you guys want to. But general same levels. What do we have potentially? Do we have a 2-minute gap here, 3-minute gap? We have a 3-minute gap around that 0.5 right there. We have a 6-2 gap right here. So we'll mark this 6-2 gap right now. Aligns with the 6-2. Now let's keep going. Now we're dumping back into the general area. 0.5 tap. Okay, beautiful. Oh my God, I cannot make this up. Look at this. 6-2 with that literal 3-minute gap right there. That is a perfect key level. Let's go back. How am I going to trade this right here? 6-2 tapped right there and a beautiful displacement, right? I'm going to take my entry off of that reaction of that 6-2 in that 3-minute, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to play next candle. We're going to let this print out, and then we have this candle right here. In a beautiful world, you would buy right here, and then you have an entry, and then stop loss would be below this low right here, whatever the case might be that got tapped into level, and then you could target an internal area, right? In this internal area, where would we look for? Swing high, swing low, right here. We have that. We can target 0.5, right? 0.5 as in the level right here. Confirm this. So we have the longs right here at the 0.5. Oops, that's short position. We have the longs right here. We're looking for 63 points, and then obviously stop loss below the wick low, 16-point stop loss, right? Let's identify that. Cool. Beautiful candle pop up right here off of that 6-2 in that 3-minute. This cannot be more simpler enough, bro. You guys literally overcomplicate it. You guys don't need to pair OTE with market key levels, whether if it's P-raise like the 3-minute gap, whether if it's a 1-minute gap, whatever the case might be. This is where true orders are. People would say order flow this, order flow that. The true order flow is levels in the markets, all right? The markets look at these levels and they react off of it. Once you see the reaction off this level, beautiful. So we already have a beautiful move up. 6.5 got fully tapped. We're getting a nice little reaction here. We rebalanced again into what? Swing low, swing high, 0.5 tapped right here. You could take your beautiful, perfect picture, perfect entry at 0.5. If not, you take the continuation, but let this play out here. 0.5, nice reaction here. 6.2 got tapped. 7.9 got tapped again. Let's see this reaction. We're going to take these longs again. Stop loss at these lows, TP at these internal highs. You can even target 6.2. And then we're going to look for this to continue higher. Again, same thing, displacement, continuation to go higher. We still have a protected stop loss. Internal highs get met. Full TP at 6.2. All right, this is two beautiful back-to-back banger setups just off of what? A nice little PD rate of, again, OTE levels. You can mark it internal to internal. The same levels got reacted twice, right? We probably had a micro SMT here that formulated in our direction. We had a beautiful move, and we caught that move for a nice little 1 or 2. Again, this is as simple, and I promise you no one is going to tell you this ever. This is the most beautiful entry model. This is how you catch really good entries in the markets. And again, if you guys want to learn how I do what I do, you guys can join the free Discord, link in bio. Or if you guys want to get mentored by me one-on-one, again, you guys can hit me up for that. We'll get you guys locked in. This is going to improve your trading drastically and improve your win rate drastically. And this is just a beautiful sauce drop video, right? This is just an ounce of what type of sauce and what type of value that I provide. And I love every single one of y'all boys. I hope you guys kill it. And if you guys have any questions on OTE, make sure to hit me up in the Discord or at me in the general, and I'll be sure to respond to your questions.